Oh, what's popping tins, Aquarius? This is Queen Francine. Tuned in for one card pull for Saturn retrograde, this beautiful Gemini season, stepping into the summer. You know what it is. Okay, it's feeling real big, it's feeling real grand, but I'm feeling exhausted as soon as I got to y'all's name. As soon as I said Aquarius, I yawned. It was like Aquarius, yawn. Okay, are y'all feeling tired this week? What's going on? All right, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. So I'm doing a one card pull from the Maya Toll Bewitching Botanicals Oracle cards from her herbiary. Doing a one card pull simply because this book comes with a ritual and reflection, so I will be reading from the book after I pull the card. If I have any messages from spirit myself, I will provide those as well, or just, you know, simple not simple knowledge, but just, you know, some queen knowledge or some queen advice, as you will call it. So let's go ahead and get into Aquarius. I don't know why I just opened the book and start looking around. Y'all be getting sidetracked. Y'all getting sidetracked this season. I feel like after Mercury retrograde, y'all probably ain't learned. So some of y'all probably ain't did what y'all was supposed to do this Mercury retrograde. Y'all probably don't even want to listen to this, Aquarius. But we're gonna get into it, all right? Spirit, what does Aquarius need to know? This Saturn retrograde for Gemini season. What do they need to get into? Ooh, I ain't got no vocals, okay? So don't judge me. Don't judge me. I just like to sing, baby. Yeah, I do. All right, let's get into it. Aquarius. I was just singing for Capricorn, okay? Is the rest of the signs finna, y'all finna get a singy song too? I think so. I think you shall, okay? Aquarius. Let's see. Heart's home. Hawthorn. Okay, y'all got the Hawthorn. I'm feeling north, south, east, west. Got the sun up top. All right. Sun north, water south, mountains east, and I'm gonna call that, I'm gonna say the meta west. Okay, it's looking like the tree of life to me, but that is Hawthorn with the, what's that behind it? Door? There's a door. All right. Heart's home. Let's open up this beautiful herbiary and get into your message. Page 64 for Aquarius. All right. Heart's home. Hawthorn. Can y'all see that? All right. I'm going to read. Hawthorn remembers a time when local gods watched over knolls and wells, frolicking and making mischief in her branches. She remembers her limbs hung with strands of beads glittering in the sun and scraps of fabric fluttering in the wind like prayer flags. Offerings to the land itself and to the gods who kept alive the vital conduit between spirit and matter. Those days are mostly past, but Hawthorn holds the portals open, knowing these inner connections provide true nourishment to keep the heart whole. If Hawthorn appears for you, strengthen your heart and guard it from homesickness by tending the connections between the spirit realms and material world. Ooh. All right. All right, Aquarius. You know, this, I'm feeling that homesickness. There's an Aquarius that I know, y'all, that might not be coming home for quite some time, if you know what I mean. And yeah, I've been trying to get them to connect with spirit and release that material world idealism, but this is very important, so I'm gonna have to reach out and make sure they get this message as well. Okay, so the ritual here, it says anchoring the land. Many landscapes around the globe lost their genius loci, spirit of place, when natural landmarks were removed to make way for roads, buildings, and other human endeavors. You can reanimate the genius loci in the landscapes you call home with a simple visualization. Do it as often as you feel called. Begin by either walking or imagining the boundaries of your space, whether you define it as your land, your neighborhood, your house, or the counters of your fifth floor apartment. Contours of your fifth floor apartment. When you have a clear idea of, I think I said that right, breadth, B-R-E-A-D-T-H, breadth of space you're anchoring, identify the umbilicus, the physical and the energetic center of that space. From this spot, imagine a golden cord dropping into the earth, sinking until it roots itself in the molten core at the earth's center. Feel the vibrancy, the aliveness of this connection. Next, send a silver cord from the same central point up to the heavens, allowing the energies of moonlight and starshine to infuse your space with light and peace. Your space is now anchored to earth and sky, a part of the larger whole. Alright, so it sounds like everyone needs to be anchoring the land right now. Alright, Aquarius, this is the year of Aquarius, or notes, but Aquarius, this is your year, Aquarius. All right, this is your year. You know how people always say, oh, this is my year, blah 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 blah. No, the universe, the planets are aligned, are in alignment for this year to be Aquarius's year, y'all. So I'm gonna need y'all to step into this light, do your research, figure out your birth charts. All right, please, 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 y'all gotta anchor, y'all gotta make your space feel as though it is your heaven on earth. All right, reflection, connecting to home. In times past, you wouldn't have wandered terribly far from the place where you were born and raised. The world is different now, and you have the glorious opportunity to call many places home. And yet, your heart sometimes longs for a landscape vastly different from the one in which you find yourself. If the answer to the following question is no, use the ritual on the facing pace to connect, okay? So this is a reflection question. You write it down, write it in your journal, and reflect on it, all right? Are you connected to the place where you live? Can your heart call it home? Can you feel the gentle pulses of the earth? All right, and then there is a passage here that she wrote. It's called The Fairy Tree. Fairy spelled F-A-E-R-I-E. In Ireland, hawthorn is used to create hedgerows that form the boundaries of pastures. These hedgerows create a patchwork of contiguous spaces, each energetically unique and held by hawthorn's thorns. Hawthorn hedgerows are different from the solitary hawthorn. A singular hawthorn or fairy tree is a portal to the spirit realm. It nurtures your connection to the other world, feeding your soul the food of dreams and stories. It's bad luck to cut down a fairy tree. If you do, you damage this necessary connection with the collective unconscious. All right. So, shoot. If you can go out, maybe get you a fairy tree. I don't know, but it does sound like you gotta get connected in your space. That feeling of homesickness, wherever you are right now, Do you feel like you need to return home? If you feel like you need to return home, are you returning home to stay, or are you returning home to close some doors? Are you returning home to find your tribe, find your village, find your people, maybe your person, wherever you are? If it doesn't feel like home, I wouldn't say, what are you gonna do to make it feel like home? I would say, okay, if this doesn't feel like home, where do you think you could, if you don't want to return back to where you were birthed or where you were raised, where do you see yourself living? Look at a map, pull up a map, okay? And I feel like a lot of us, I would say like 35, between 25 and 35 years of age right now, we need to really figure out where our roots lay. Coming together, villaging up, tribing up, finding our people during this time, because there's something coming where we are all going to need each other's help. There's something coming to where we all are going to need to not feed off of each other, but help and connect and I don't want to say the word fight, but it's almost like it wants to come out. Fight for our people. Like, we need to be able to fight for our land, fight for what it is that we know. It's engraved in our DNA. We know where it is we come from, where it is we stand. Okay? So thank you, Aquarius. I love y'all. Get into that ritual, get into that reflection. And please, 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 please be careful during this Saturn retrograde, okay? Especially if you didn't finish or do what you were supposed to do during Mercury retrograde. Make sure you finalizing ending relationships that are no good for you at all, that mean you nothing good. All right, making sure that you're researching, looking, finding your people. If you need to sit down at a library and go through some documents. I know some libraries, they have like a database where you can do research as far as what do you call it when you're researching people? Not researching people, but like your bloodline. Is it not archaeology? I don't know, but you know what I mean. I know some libraries, they have like a database like that where you can do that in your state if you're from wherever you are. Okay, so thank you, Aquarius. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.